good day. Don't enter my home. I don't care. Yeah, now you're going to turn it on. Now you're going to pause it. Hey, roll this.
There ain't no pause. Check the light.
Oh, now we turn it on. You don't want to get all the story.
I did not think it was a big deal.
You don't want to get the whole story, do ya?
Where's your ID at?
Yeah, good day.
No.
Okay, you're under arrest. Put your hands behind your back. Do not resist.
Please don't hit Uncle, please!
Hey,
Stop!
my brother! My brother!
Back!
Stop!
Back up!
Stop!
Get
Stop!
You can't do that!
Get back!
To him!
Get back
You
now!
cannot do that to him!
Stop!
He is disabled! He just got out of the fucking... He got out of the goddamn hospital! He is not! You can't do that to him! You're gonna kill him! You hurt him!
Back!
You hurt him! Hit your ass!
Now!
I ain't doing anything! You're hurting my brother! You threw him down on the ground! You both are...
Why are you putting him under arrest for no reason?
Get back!
No! That is illegal, dude!
Okay, get back!
Y'all are on some bullshit!
Okay.
You're not taking it.
Get off of my brother!
You're not taking it.
He's under arrest.
No.
He's under arrest. Stop.
Charges for resisting.
Back ain't nobody resisting!
I'm not doing anything.
Nobody's doing anything!
Stand up.
Stand up.
Let's go.
Stop!
Stand up.
Please, back up.
You gotta back up, dude! Do you realize what's
You guys
wrong
have to
with
back
him?
up.
Well, you guys need to back up and let him
Y'all
up.
come in here doing that, charging
What's it
him,
look like we're doing?
tackling him to the
you
floor.
were until now.
He's got to, dude.
Get back.
No, he's fuck. You can't. No.
No, leave me alone.
That's what he said to me.
Give me a minute.
That's what he said to me. He said,
I'm a brother. You
You
leave me
hurt
alone.
him for no exact reason.
Y'all are
Okay, how many times did I ask for an ID?
no.
Okay, but he
Okay.
My God, he told you that.
You gonna attack a disabled person?
He doesn't drive.
Wow, dude, we're here on vacation,
We don't have to explain anything to you guys. He's under arrest. That's the end of it.
He didn't do anything.
He's under arrest for failure ID.
You can't
He
arrest
doesn't have one.
If you're a cop, you can tell me how to do my job.
He said he didn't have one.
Hold on.
I'm trying to help.
You can't help it. You need to call his doctor and you need to get on the phone with a lawyer right now. You're gonna make this man die. Oh my God.
That's why I hate police.
Okay.
Wait, please,
I'm waiting.
wait.
Okay. Do you want us to get an ambulance here?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You just threw him into the fucking floor into the steps.
Okay, we're not gonna do all of this.
There ain't no
27
doing
Branson.
it, you did it.
Could you start TCAD non-priority, please?
I'm telling you something right now. That downstairs is getting to know this too. This is bull. We didn't do a thing to these people.
Okay. So if you just talk to us,
And we're trying to.
That's
The
what we
man
were
tried
trying to
telling you he didn't have an ID.
And I tried telling you
tried
that
telling
the man
us
is
to fuck off and
disabled. Up,
Well,
though.
yeah, that's Ray.
so here's the deal. I don't know Ray. Okay.
Well, okay.
So I don't know Ray.
But he
When
wasn't
he's-
coming to you. He
when
walked
we
away
said-
from you
Yeah.
and you grabbed him.
Yeah, and
We-
threw him into
You
the
see-
bottom
Everybody
step.
stop for a second and I
But
can
you
explain the
see, he has a
situation.
cane.
Okay.
And you grabbed
A
him
disabled
like
man.
that.
So do you know how many people have a cane that aren't disabled?
No, we were
What I'm
telling you he was
saying-
disabled the whole time.
In
We was
one
telling you.
eye.
So I'll
Deaf
talk to you
in
because
another
you
ear.
seems to be the only one that's receptive of information. Okay. So when we say, hey, we're investigating a peace disturbance, and we get told, hey, f off, I'm not talking to you at all, and you're a prime suspect in a peace disturbance, I'm not going to let you just walk back into your home. You have to come out and talk to us. You're a suspect.
Okay, but he didn't do anything.
Okay, we
That's what
explained
we have
very
to do.
And he
clearly.
even apologized to
Yeah.
the man downstairs before anything else went on.
Okay. We explained very
And you're
clearly
going to
that's what
arrest
we're
him?
doing. Okay. Right now he's under arrest for peace disturbance.
I think you're full of shit, and I will call his lawyer.
That's perfect.
The officer states that Mr. Lopez is under arrest for resisting. According to Section 575, 150 of the Missouri Revised Statutes, an individual commits the offense of resisting if they know that an officer is attempting to lawfully detain them, and they resist the detention by using or threatening to use physical force or by fleeing. Now, while the statute specifically states that the law enforcement officer does not need to be acting lawfully to sustain a charge for resisting an arrest, it also clarifies that an underlying detention must be lawful for an individual to be convicted of resisting a detention. Accordingly, while Mr. Lopez could not be convicted of resisting, if the officers were not attempting to lawfully detain him, it is at least arguable that if a court found that Mr. Lopez was lawfully detained, there was probable cause to arrest him for resisting for quote-unquote fleeing into the Airbnb. Likewise, Section 58 to 38 of the Branson Code of Ordinances makes it an offense for a citizen to intentionally refuse to give their name, address, or date of birth to a police officer during a lawful detention. While there's no mention of providing physical identification, a court would likely conclude that Mr. Lopez was required to provide these pieces of information if they were requested and he was lawfully detained.
I ain't sitting in f***ing jail. They kiss
You're not going to jail.
Yeah, good.
Where's my phone?
Yeah, I will have your jobs. Who grabbed me? I want the footage.
Watch out.
It's your ass.
Hey, Bo.
You think I'm playing?
I 100% grabbed your arm.
You did.
I grabbed your arm.
Through you.
You did.
I grabbed your arm.
No.
I got you,
no,
son.
Oh, dude. No, you didn't.
He
No.
pushed him down.
You grabbed.
I got
it
you,
on
son.
tape. I got it on tape.
So do we.
Yeah, okay, good.
Okay.
I hope you
All
got
right,
it from
where are you
my
going to?
angle.
I'm setting the f*** down. Leave me alone.
I'm gonna go there
you
with
said
you.
I ain't going to jail. Kiss my ass now.
Okay.
Okay.
You're still under arrest at this point.
Yeah, okay.
We're not leaving.
I don't care what you do.
I'm just gonna let him sit.
Okay. I don't care.
Yeah, I did not
Did that, sir?
do any throwing or pushing or nothing.
Yes, you straight. You pushed him right into the ground. Yes, you did. Yes,
I held onto his arm, and guess where that cane went?
No, sir. No, sir.
I wouldn't argue with
So-
her.
I'm not arguing.
Oh, now what they say, I swung at him?
No, that
Nigga, if
he
I
only
swung
grabbed
at
your
you,
arm.
fuck you,
That he
dog.
only grabbed your arm. That's all. He didn't push you or throw you or anything.
Fuck out there for a second, right?
I'm sure I managed to keep a job for 3 years pushing disabled people over.
What, you try to Floyd Mayweather?
What is that supposed to mean?
That means I don't. It means I don't keep my job for 3 years if I make a habit of pushing disabled people over.
I guarantee you, I guarantee you.
The officer claims that he did not throw or push Mr. Lopez and only held on to his arm. And while the body camera footage is difficult to follow, the officers can be seen grabbing Mr. Lopez's arms, causing him to fall to the ground and then seemingly throwing him in the direction of the stairs, where he remained either unconscious or disoriented and unresponsive for a period of time. According to a lawsuit Mr. Lopez filed following this encounter, the officers forcibly grabbed Mr. Lopez, twisted his arms behind his back in a so-called chicken wing hold, and slammed him into the staircase railing, causing him to lose consciousness. Regardless of whether the officers intentionally threw Mr. Lopez to the ground or pulled his arms away from his cane, causing him to lose balance and fall, the result was that he hit the floor and injured himself. As we have discussed before here on ATA, even in the context of a lawful arrest, an officer can violate the Fourth Amendment by using an unreasonable amount of force under the circumstances. Here, there would be a strong argument that the officer's use of force was excessive, particularly in consideration of Mr. Lopez's physical condition, because although he could potentially be considered to be resisting arrest by flight, he did not pose a safety threat and was being investigated for a minor offense.
Sorry, man.
All good.
I told you they were threatening me.
That ain't no fault of your own.
Yeah.
Absolutely insufferable.
So, yeah, that's
Um,
what I was afraid of.
So, they're not planning anytime soon to quit spitting over your railing.
Yeah.
They seem to think that it's their right to spit, even if some mist gets on your porch, which I disagree with. It's your place. You shouldn't have to deal with their spit on your porch. So, that's my opinion. But, whatever you want to do, we can send charges for peace disturbance as a simple municipal ticket, or they're just going to keep doing what they're doing. That's up to you.
Yeah, we've already called the owners of the place to see if we can get moved, or something. I don't want to deal with it, you know what I mean? Because I don't feel safe here now.
Okay.
I really don't. Not with,
Okay.
Not with my wife and my in-laws here.
So, I understand you want to move. My question is, are you wanting me to scratch out a ticket for the threats, the peace disturbance, the whole 9 yards?
It ain't gonna do no good, is it?
I mean, it'll fix the behavior, or at least give some sort of an encouragement to fix the behavior.
To not do it again.
Otherwise, the next person moving is just going to deal with the same thing.
Wherever.
I'm not trying to
Yeah.
convince you or sway you one way, but that's the fact of the matter.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Do you
Yeah,
do you have an ID on you? I just need to get it added to call. If I do my job right, you should never have to do any like court appearance. Oh, sorry, I didn't ask if I could come in.
Come in.
He decided to tell us to screw off when I asked for his ID.
I heard y'all.
Yeah. As soon as I grabbed his arm because he tried walking back in, he just dropped to the floor, buried his face in the stairs, and started screaming at me for throwing him on the ground. And
All they had to do was just be polite, right?
that was it.
Like I said, I tried to reason
so,
with them, and I couldn't.
So when you talked to me first, my plan was just to go up there, reason with them, and come down and say, hey, they agreed to stop. Like, is this a peaceful enough resolution? Like, that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
But he just...
I know I heard it escalate. Sorry. I'm sorry.
All good. So it's absolutely no fault of your own.
Yeah.
And you as an American citizen, as a private residence owner, like, you shouldn't have to deal with that. So
You was here visiting for a couple of days, you know?
Yeah, well, you have rights just as much as anybody else.
Yes,
So I'll get this taken care of.
Thank you.
The officer speaks with the neighbor below and convinces him to pursue a so-called peace disturbance charge against Mr. Lopez. Section 58 to 62 of the Branson Code of Ordinances defines the offense of peace disturbance as unreasonably and knowingly disturbing or alarming another person through loud noise, so-called fighting words or threats, fighting, or a nauseous and offensive odor. Therefore, a court would likely conclude that spitting onto somebody's balcony accidentally or intentionally did not rise to the level of a so-called peace disturbance under this definition. However, as mentioned earlier in this episode, there appears to be some discrepancy regarding the nature of Mr. Lopez's response to his neighbor's confrontation regarding the spitting. According to a lawsuit filed by Mr. Lopez following this encounter, when the lower-level guests expressed concern regarding the spit mist reaching them, Mr. Lopez, quote, immediately apologized and ceased the conduct. On the other hand, although the specific allegations are not entirely clear, the neighbor claimed that Mr. Lopez and his family had threatened him, and the officer indicated that he refused to stop spitting. Well, depending on what actually took place, it is possible that a court could conclude that the officers had probable cause, or at least reasonable suspicion, to believe that Mr. Lopez had committed the offense of peace disturbance.
I'm not arguing. Oh, now let me
Basically, walk up, said, hey, he's gonna be, you're gonna be charged with, we have peace disturbance at the minimum. I need a driver's license. He said, I don't have a fucking driver's license. You turn around and start walking back in. So we reached in, grabbed a hold of him. As soon as he reached in and grabbed a hold of him, he kind of like flung himself down on the ground. Started acting like he was seizing and whatnot. Brother and I don't know who the younger girl is and wife came over and they all started kind of getting in our face this way. So right now, Ray is on the couch with a cane. He's under arrest. He's not going to be.
My plan for now is just scratch ticket.
Hello, Officer Branson Police.
What's your badge number?
255.
Alright.
I'm the supervisor on today, so
Okay.
I need to get to my guy that we're with, so excuse me.
Don't mess with him. He's got a problem going on, I'm telling
We
y'all.
have an ambulance coming, so
Yeah, he needs it. Your officer messed up, dude. He threw my brother into the ground.
okay, then I need you to step back or we're gonna arrest you for interference. Please step back.
I'm not doing anything. What do you mean? I'm not doing anything at all.
Go ahead.
Okay, so right now he's under arrest, and so I don't want you near him.
It's my uncle.
That's my brother. I had to
Okay,
help
and
him
your brother and
up.
uncle's under
He's
arrest.
disabled.
Okay,
He's
well, I'm sorry.
disabled.
We have an ambulance en route, so let's not do anything to make the situation worse, and let's just all relax.
Ain't nobody getting excited but you. You're the only one throwing threats.
I'm not throwing threats.
You just did. You just did. I didn't do anything.
No, you're talking
I did not do anything.
Regardless of the words that come
Very
out of your mouth,
condescending.
you're a threat.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Regardless how you want to say it.
Okay.
Keep feeding the arse.
Would you like my business license?
I don't
No, we got your
know.
badge number and your picture.
I'll leave
That's
it.
okay. That's all we need.
We got you, son.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
I'll leave this right here for you guys.
We don't need it. Don't leave that. We don't want that.
Yeah. I don't care what you leave.
55 Branson. If you wanted to advise TC males, well,
What are your chief complaints, sir?
Whatever you want to say.
No, I want to know what you need an ambulance for.
I'm in pain. You just knocked
Guys,
me
just
out.
bring
I
it
got my
down.
tremors
Stop
acting
here.
up.
okay, male said he's in
Yeah.
pain or has tremors acting up. It's the guy that is in custody.
Your officer threw, I got it on tape. Your officer threw him down on the ground, knocked him out.
Oh, yeah.
Knocked him out. Look at his face.
Hey, he didn't
You
get the
won't
whole
let me
thing.
get
I'm
close.
trying to
Look
talk
at
to
his
him. Let's give me a second.
I believe it's trimmers.
Okay, he heard me.
I like that. You're slick with your cameras. Not slick enough. You're going to start them after you come to the door in 10 minutes.
Luckily, they got a 2-minute pre-recording.
Oh, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, I'm sure.
Sometimes dumb things happen, and that's what happened today.
Yeah, your officers come in.
While officers have been inside the entryway of the Airbnb since initiating the arrest, two of them walk into the living room and stand over Mr. Lopez while they wait for the ambulance. Although the general rule under the Fourth Amendment's prohibition on unreasonable searches and seizures is that law enforcement officers may not enter a person's home to effect an arrest without first obtaining a warrant, courts recognize limited exceptions to the warrant requirement, most notably when exigent circumstances are present. One such exception is the so-called hot pursuit doctrine, which permits officers to enter a dwelling without a warrant when they are in immediate and continuous pursuit of a suspect who has fled from a lawful detention or arrest initiated in a public place. However, in the 2021 case of Lang versus California, the Supreme Court clarified that in the context of a misdemeanor offense, such as resisting, flight alone does not automatically justify warrantless entry to make an arrest. Rather, the totality of the circumstances must demonstrate a genuine emergency, such as immediate danger or destruction of evidence. It is questionable as to whether a court would conclude that the so-called hot pursuit exception even applied here, as the officers presumably knocked on Mr. Lopez's door to initiate the encounter, meaning that it did not begin in a public place. And even if a court concluded the so-called hot pursuit exception was applicable, Mr. Lopez would have a strong argument that the officers violated the Fourth Amendment by entering his home to arrest him, as there did not appear to be any evidence indicating that a bona fide exigency required an arrest to be completed immediately.
Two ways. We can just here not argue about the situation,
We're
or
not
we can take him
arguing.
out to the car because he is in custody. We can do all this out there. We're trying to be
not
not. Just
arguing.
just hear me out. We're trying to be nice. Let him to be comfortable on the couch.
Whatever, you're being nice. Do what you got to do. Don't act like you're doing something, please.
What, we ain't doing nothing,
You don't
dude.
know who I am.
You're the
Don't-
one
don't-
that's
don't
being,
sit
you're
there
the one,
like that.
right now, you have the attitude, you're the one
Yeah,
throwing the threats, you're the one
exactly.
doing this.
I'm
Ain't
not
nobody
throwing
doing
threats.
anything.
You are.
Nobody's
Okay.
doing nothing.
Okay.
So I'm trying to be. Okay.
Enjoy yourself.
Hello. How's it going, guys?
Oh, it's going.
Here to see you, sir. What's going on?
The officer threw him down on the ground and knocked him out, as you can see on the tape. He won't let me get close to him. You can see on the side of his face there where he's got the big mark.
Okay.
I got it all on tape, y'all need to see it.
I took one of my
After EMS responded, Mr. Lopez was transported by ambulance to Cox Hospital for evaluation and treatment for injuries to his arm and shoulder, among other complaints. On July 22nd, 2025, Mr. Lopez filed a civil rights lawsuit alleging violations of the Fourth Amendment and state law claims. As of the date of writing this episode, the case is still pending. Overall, the Branson police officers get an F for likely unlawfully entering Mr. Lopez's Airbnb, using unnecessary force against a physically vulnerable individual, and prioritizing arbitrary demands for identification over basic human decency. Despite having an opportunity to de-escalate a low-stakes encounter involving a man with visible medical issues and no criminal history, the officers chose instead to assert control through force, intimidation, and a questionable interpretation of their authority. Even if we were to generously assume the initial detention was lawful, their subsequent entry into Mr. Lopez's Airbnb lacked any clear exigent justification, which blatantly undermines the Fourth Amendment and calls into question the legal basis for the arrest. Once inside, the officers escalated the situation further. Mr. Lopez was forcibly grabbed and thrown into a railing despite showing no immediate threat and clearly suffering from physical and medical disabilities that essentially rendered him harmless. Missouri law, specifically Branson's municipal code, permits officers to request name, address, and date of birth during a lawful detention, but does not require an individual to produce physical identification unless they are operating a vehicle or involved in specific licensing scenarios. Mr. Lopez explained that he had no driver's license or other form of ID due to his medical condition, and the officers immediately dismissed his statements. Their rigid insistence on seeing a physical ID, despite the statute's clear text, demonstrates either a fundamental misunderstanding of a law or a deliberate attempt to justify an increasingly forceful approach to a man who had by all accounts already cooperated. This interaction highlights how a lack of legal clarity compounded by unchecked authority and a refusal to de-escalate can transform a petty ordinance complaint into a hostile and constitutionally questionable encounter. Now, as for Mr. Lopez, we will not be issuing a grade for his conduct in this encounter, largely because we lack sufficient facts regarding the incident that sparked this interaction. However, there are aspects of his conduct that are worth mentioning. The primary challenge in assessing Mr. Lopez's conduct lies in separating what actually happened from what was later alleged. His civil complaint paints a sympathetic picture of an elderly man with COPD who was quietly enjoying his balcony until a minor misunderstanding with his neighbor spiraled out of control. And while there's likely truth in that version of events, the body cam footage tells a more complicated story. For instance, in the lawsuit, Mr. Lopez claims to have immediately apologized and ceased the spitting after his neighbor's complaint. Yet, the body cam footage includes the neighbor stating that Mr. Lopez was argumentative and refused to stop. And he even went on to pursue a charge against Mr. Lopez. Now, although the events leading up to this encounter remain unclear, those details have no bearing on the fact that Branson officers barged into Mr. Lopez's home without a warrant and used force that ultimately injured Mr. Lopez, despite him suffering from obvious disabilities. Mr. Lopez never posed a physical threat, never attempted to strike the officers, and did not resist in a way that warranted the force used. Regardless of whether the retreat into the unit constituted flight, the officers had no valid legal basis to follow him inside without a warrant or exigent circumstance. There was no imminent threat, no destruction of evidence, and no felony involved. And the officers were dealing with an individual that posed no threat to them. Even if Mr. Lopez was technically resisting at some point, his physical condition, age, and lack of threat should have been obvious to any reasonable officer. This interaction highlights how a vulnerable citizen's minor mistakes can be amplified into a full-blown crisis when met with force instead of discretion, and how the law's margins are too often exploited to justify violence against those least able to withstand it. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic that you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out my second channel for even more police interaction content.